For today's lesson, we are going to be looking at area of triangles. So a triangle is a closed figure with 3 sides and 3 angles. We already know that a rectangle is a parallelogram and that the formula of a rectangle is area equals base times height. So if we have this rectangle and I make a triangle out of it by connecting those diagonals, so this shaded area is the triangle we're talking about. Well, thinking of that formula, the area equals our base right here times our perpendicular height right here for the whole rectangle. But this triangle is only taking up half of the space. So it's not going to be this full area, not this full base times height. It's actually going to be half of this base times height, or this base times height divided by 2. Right? So looking at this in steps, same thing. We're going to highlight that perpendicular height. We're going to highlight the base to that perpendicular height. And we're going to use either of these formulas. The one that we'll probably use the most often, because we're not working with many that have fractions in it, is the base times height divided by 2. So just like the parallelograms, base doesn't necessarily mean bottom. So the first thing that I look for in these triangles is that perpendicular height with that little 90-degree angle. Perpendicular height with the little 90-degree angle. Perpendicular height with the little 90-degree angle. And our base is whatever side connects to that. So this side here, and in this case, it's the top because that's what it connects to. So let's look at some examples here. Practicing counting the number of sides and identifying the shape for when we have them all mixed together. So 1, 2, 3 sides. The shape, therefore, is a triangle. The formula that we are using is A equals base times height divided by 2. So we're going to plug in what we know. We know area equals, well, let's first identify our perpendicular height. So I see this dotted line here, which is connecting with that 90-degree angle, and the 90-degree angle connects it to this side. That means the other 2 side lengths are extra information that we don't need. So we're going to take our base of 12 times our perpendicular height of 8 divided by 2. So when we are calculating this, again, I'm just going to highlight in here what we did. Our base and our height is what we plugged in. So I'm first going to simplify on the top. This means 12 times 8. Which if I plug that into my calculator, I get 96 over our denominator of 2. And then I'm just going to calculate that. 96 divided by 2 is 48. The units were meters, and since it's area, we always use that little 2 to show meters squared. All right, number 2, again, counting the sides, 1, 2, 3 sides, which means it is a triangle. The formula that we use for the area of triangles is A equals base times height divided by 2. We're going to find our base and we're going to find our height. So this one's a little bit trickier because we don't see a dotted line, but I do see this little 90-degree symbol. Technically, we could really name either one the base or the height. I'm going to just say that this side here that's connected on the left side of that 90-degree angle is the height. And the side that it's connected to here on the bottom is the base. So I'm going to plug in what we know. Our base is 24 times our perpendicular height of 10 divided by 2. So I'm going to plug into my calculator. 24 times 10 is 240. and then I'm doing 240. Remember that that fraction bar means divided by. So 240 divided by 2 is 120. Our units are meters squared. Number 3, the number of sides. These dotted lines don't count as sides, so we have 1, 2, 3 sides, which means it's a triangle. And the formula is area equals base times height divided by 2. I'm going to look for my perpendicular height first. I see this dotted line here with the little 90-degree symbol connected to it. And the side that it's connected to is this bottom side, and that's telling us our base. So plugging that in, we have a base of 3 times our perpendicular height of 10.5 all over 2. So I'm going to plug into my calculator. 3 times 10.5 equals 31.5 divided by 2 equals 15.75. The units are millimeters squared. All right, number 4, again, counting our sides, 1, 2, 3 sides, which means it's a triangle. The formula for the area of a triangle is A equals base times height all over 2. First thing I'm going to look for is this perpendicular height. I don't see the dotted line here, but I do see that perpendicular sign, which is telling me that the 2 sides that are connected by it are our base and height. So I'm going to highlight that 14 as the height, and the other side it's connected to, 11, is going to be our base. So area equals our base of 11 times our perpendicular height of 14 all over 2. I'm going to plug into my calculator. 11 times 14 is 154, all divided by 2. And I do 154 divided by 2 is 77. The units are centimeters squared. All right, number 5, 1, 2, 3 sides, which means it is a triangle. The formula for the area of a triangle is A equals base times height all over 2. First thing I'm looking for is that perpendicular height, which I see right here, the dotted line, and it has that 90-degree symbol. The side that's connected to that 90-degree symbol is this side right here, and that's going to be our base. So I'm going to plug that in. Area equals our base of 6.5 times our perpendicular height of 2.8, all divided by 2. I'm going to plug this into my calculator. So 6.5 times 2.8 equals 18.2, all divided by 2. 18.2 divided by 2, I get 9.1. And our units are feet squared. And last one, there's 1, 2, 3 sides. So the shape is a triangle. Our formula for the area of a triangle is A equals base times height all over 2. First thing I'm looking for is that perpendicular height, most often with that dotted line. I see the dotted line here and the 90-degree symbol connected to it. And that 90-degree symbol connects to this side, which is going to be our base. So I'm plugging in our base of 2.3 times our perpendicular height of 5.44 all over 2. I get area equals, let me calculate that, 2.3 times 5.44 equals 12.512. divided by 2, 6.256. The units are centimeters squared. And that's it.